Lyle, it's really good to see you today. It's really good to see you.
It's good to be seen. Well, we can talk about this in a minute, but I had a pretty eventful weekend.
So, not that it's all about me, but I'm texting back and forth with Lyle, right? I don't know what happened to Lyle. I know where he was going. I knew that he had a race plan in Steele, Alabama, and that's it. And so he gets back with me, and I still don't know. I'm in my own little universe. And he's like, oh, yeah, this happened. Man, I want you to talk about it on Shake and Bake, obviously, the details and all the inner thoughts and everything. But the dark side of drag racing, this can happen.
Unfortunately, and to me twice. Most of you on here may not. Some of you probably do know my story. In 2015, in a very pro-modified light car, pro-modified power plant, drivetrain, just in a stock-bodied, if you will, car. I had a pretty tragic fire. Unfortunately, I was very unprepared. I had a pretty good suit on, but I did not have good gloves. I did not have good shoes. Had a helmet on, but no head sock, no skirt on the helmet. And by my own accord, I did not have my face shield down, which is what all this is from. It burnt my hands up, burnt my feet up, burnt my lungs up, was in the burn center for 2 months. Recovered from that, obviously. That was in 2015, and have gone on to do some pretty cool stuff. Continued racing about a year later after that. Came into the pro mod world in 2020. Made my debut in 2021 in the NHRA. Ran 2 seasons with Elite Motorsports and Justin Elks and the guys at Modern Racing. Had a lot of success over there. At the real root of my being, I am a big-time turbo fan. I love the turbocharged stuff. And that's what we ended up in, right? We had a pro-charged car at the start of my career in NHRA. I transitioned into a turbo car and had literal immediate success. We won Dallas the very first race out. I had made like 5 runs in the car before we arrived in Dallas. Won Dallas. 2 races later, we won the final race of the year in Vegas. And in 2022, I won the most prestigious drag race there's ever been. I won the U.S. Nationals in that car as well. So from tragedy to triumph is what I like to call it. Joined Scott Tidwell and the Proline guys this year. There's no denying we've had a less than stellar year. I think I've won 2 rounds this year. The cars fought us from nose to tail all year long. I've been to 2 different states testing in the past 7 days. And unfortunately, on Saturday night, I had yet another major fire. However, very prepared this time. We were completely NHRA legal. And for those of you that are unaware, the safety precautions that the NHRA requires us to take there's a lot of them. And fresh air, the proper suit, and all the things. And I was 110% unharmed. The unfortunate side of that is we lost our race car. That's what's left. What you're looking at there is probably $100,000 minimum to fix. And obviously a new body, completely rewired and replumbed, new windows, all the carbon panels and whatnot that are required in those things. Valve covers are toast. Many of the outer engine components, are done. Fuel cell, everything. Like it's pretty much gone. So that kind of alters what happens for me the rest of 24. I don't want to get too far before you get to ask your questions, but where we sit today is I am without a race car and probably going to bow out of the championship hunt. I will be in Indy in a race car, and I will finish the year in a race car, but it will not be mine. Scott Tidwell's that I drive. We have already plans in place. The rest of my year is 100% mapped out. And my main focus right now is for Jose Gonzalez and Ken Cartuccio one of the two to win a championship, and I am there to help them do that.
First of all, you go on as long as you want. You're breaking the news. You're giving us the explanation. It's very terrible about the car. I'm going to post up another photo from your own social media. And again, on the Shake and Bake show, which you guys do a great job. I watch it as often as I can. It's fun. It's great. Cord, of course, and Stevie, but Lyle, like, this is something that we as fans, announcers, observers, casual observers, super stock racers, like, we hope to never experience, to see this view that you posted from your social media and your in-car camera. But the thing that I take out of it is you've been through this twice, once with the wrong gear and once with the right gear. And here you are hours later after having the right gear. And hasn't that been really your personal mission, to tell everybody out there that
100%,
you can survive this with the right stuff?
You can. And with the best stuff available, Joe, you have 40 seconds, right? And we could sit here for 40 seconds and not say a thing, and it's not that long, right? Like, less than a minute is the amount of time you have with the suit that I had on. I text my rep at Stand 21, and I sent him that picture, and I said, Stand 21 forever. They make, in my opinion, the best of the best. Eve, they're a French company, and Eve and the guys that own that place have worked very hard for decades now to provide top of the line, the best of the best fire equipment, safety equipment for us racers. And I don't know what else proves that they are of the best out there. I'm not saying that none of these other companies, Sparco, Simpson, Impact, Alliance Racewear, there's tons of them out there that make really good stuff. And I would have been just as safe in theirs as I was in Stand 21. But Eve jumped on board after following my crash in 2015 to ensure that, that he was provided me with the best of the best. And there's nobody better, than those guys right there. And did I want to go through that again? And what are the chances, right? Like, I burn alive once. What are the chances I find myself in almost an identical situation just 8 years later? I thought 0, right? And here I am. We're less than 48 hours post accident. Steele, Alabama, just this past Saturday night. Today is Monday, right? Saturday night, that was me at around midnight. And it's just, dude, I hope now, that people that haven't before listen, you just cannot stress enough. I've got a family, dude. I got a 2-year-old Nash. I have a wife. I have my mom and my dad and my grandparents and my step parents and a sister, and got all these people at home that love me, and would probably honestly prefer that I didn't do this anymore. But right now, Joe, I feel like I'm driving as good as I ever have. I feel like I'm at the top of my game, and I feel like I could get in anything, and in a couple runs, if not the first run, figure it out and win in it, and I'm just too stupid to quit. I love it, dude. It's literally what drives me to come to work every day. I'm at MacFab. If you can hear background noise, they are beadlocking wheels as fast as they come in the door right now. And I got here to work this morning, and granted, I've been on the phone most of the day talking to racers and crew chiefs. And, I've got a message right now I need to respond to from Stilo, the helmet I wear, and all these people that want to help, and I want to take a second and thank a couple people. The entire NHRA Pro Modified community, first of all. They all reached out. If they had stuff to offer, it was ours. But I want to thank Stan Shelton and the Cult Lumber crew for offering me a turnkey race car, all the parts, all the pieces it would take for us to finish the year and continue my fight for a championship. I want to thank Justin Bond, the same deal. Here's a car. We'll bring it to you to Indy, or y'all can come get it, whatever you want to do, and something to compete in for the rest of the year. Due to the time constraint and what the time we've got between right now and when we burn in Indy in 4 days, We just did not feel like we had a sufficient amount of time to take a car there that could be, competitive. And I'm not saying that their stuff couldn't be competitive. It's new, right? You just don't have time to travel. I'd have to fly to Bowling Green today, and they would have had to finish putting the cars together today. And then we've got to test tomorrow. And that's not just me. That's Scott Tidwell and the truck drivers and the crew, Steve Petty, my crew chief. It's just a lot to make these things go round. And tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Shake and Bake Show, I'll play the full in-car video, and I'll tell you exactly my plan for the rest of the year. I will be in Indy, but as far as continuing my hunt for a championship, I'm going to step away from that. And my focus is to help my team win a world championship. You cannot do this on your own, and as competitive as it is out there, if I can be of help, that's what I want to do. We already have a plan in place for 2025, and we'll run for a championship again next year, and hopefully it goes a little better for me. But, I'm at the end of the day, this is not about me and, only about me. It's about the team that Scott Tidwell has assembled between him and Proline, Jose Gonzalez, and the Q80 crew. And when they win, we win. When I win, we win. When the drivers lose, right? No, I'm just kidding. But we win as a team, we lose as a team, and and I just want to see the rest of my guys do well, and that's what I'm here for the rest of the year.
I think it's a wise decision, and your reaction times they've been recorded this year. We know how you've been driving. You've been driving well. It's a tough world out there. Like Pro Modified, Congruity HR Pro Modified is brutal. And everybody that's been on the show here today, their class is tough, and Pro Mod is tough. There's like 28 cars entered for the U.S. Nationals, man. 28 really good cars. You just went through some serious stuff. You lost your primary car. All these people want to help you. Probably in there, them helping you might maybe take away from them trying to win their own deal. You don't want to do that. I respect the decision you're making, and I encourage everybody to watch Shake and Bake to